Welcome to the Nerd BS podcast, where the BS stands for brain spasms. I've had about 7. My co-hosts have had several as well. We're going to dive in deep. Think about the game Psychonauts, the video game Psychonauts. That's what we're about to do right now. Not really. The BS stands for backstory. We're the 3 dudes who love nerdy stuff. We talk about it pretty much every time we see each other. So we figured, hey, let's make a podcast out of it. My name's Kyle. Glad you're with us today. We have the tantalizing Tomas with us.
Hey, what's up? I guess that one's better, so I'll take it.
Glad you like it. We also have the astonishing Alan.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah. All right.
Alan gets all the Spider-Man ones. The astonishing, the amazing. Yeah,
I'm not going to complain. Spider-Man's a great character.
Astonishing was X-Men, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, it sounds like a Spider-Man title, though. Astonishing.
I think there was an astonishing Spider-Man too.
Well, my name's Kay. There's not really much. The Kangaroo Kid. So
the cripple. I don't know. No,
see, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just Kyle's here. Show. Glad you're listening. Before we jump into it, I do want to mention that we have a brand new app that we're using to record and distribute and upload all this stuff. So bear with us if this was a difficult process finding this latest episode. We're on episode 19, and just a lot of transitions happening. We'll hopefully clean it up by next episode and do a nice little fun episode for number 20, which, by the way, guys, I know we've done more than 20 because we have the mini cast now and the Mando cast. But like this episode 20 is coming up. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm a little excited. What do you guys think?
I'm very excited that we've continued this long and actually gone this far. It's been an interesting experience, and I can't wait to see what happens when we get to episode 100. We'll get there. Don't worry.
I like that. I haven't even thought that far, but you definitely are the thinking ahead guy out of the 3 of us. You have all the ideas. You're trying to get us to the spot, and we're just holding you back. So I appreciate it.
I will mention, you said all this stuff about moving. YouTube should stay exactly the same. So if all else fails, YouTube. It's on there. It'll be uploaded and everything. So.
If you're listening to this, you found it. But
you're good. Yeah.
But yeah, just know it'll probably be different the way things come out, and we might have to re-upload all the backlog if you miss an episode or whatever. Anyways, you're listening. You wanna yell at us for changing everything. How can someone do that, Alan?
Well, like I mentioned, we have a YouTube, so comments, like, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. But if you want to get a little more personal, we have a Discord that you can join. And if you want to join that Discord, go ahead and contact us on our Twitter or emails. Instead of me saying out loud, they are all down in the description of either the podcast or on YouTube. So just contact one of those places, and we'll get you in our Discord where we talk about a lot of things that don't make it on the show. So
yeah,
it's fun time.
Fun times. Get on there. Talk to us. Let us know what's happening. Yell at us even. I mean that. We send it all to Tomas. He filters through it and then breaks a window.
It's because of my amazing patience level. It's
you're
through the roof.
You are the peacemaker out of all 3 of us, for sure.
We'll find peace in some form or another.
It will be done. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because this week's story is about a little show called Loki on Disney Plus, and there's a lot of identity already in episode 1. So here we go. We're not going to spoil it. Let me just say that up front. And Tomas hasn't seen it, so we definitely can't spoil it because that would just be rude. No. Plus, it came out literally today. We're finally, guys, it finally synced up. Finally, now if we could just upload it in a timely manner, it will be good.
It's true. Is this the first time we've actually done it?
On the same day?
On the day of?
Yeah, because all the other shows have been releasing on Fridays. This is the first
Friday,
time
yeah.
it's been on Wednesday. So that's when we record.
Why is that? Does anyone know why?
I don't know why they released early.
I don't know why they decided to do Loki for Wednesdays.
Maybe like
maybe there's
because
something else on Friday I don't know about.
TGIF. They're bringing it back. That's
Oh,
only.
there's
No, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
no, there's that new movie coming out with the fish, but it's from Pixar.
Yeah. I know. Luca, isn't it?
Yeah, Luca. Yeah,
But
is that
wouldn't.
coming out on a Friday?
Well, that wouldn't stop it for the entirety, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Because this is like weekly, so I don't know.
I
I know there's like a bunch of other shows now, so who knows?
We definitely did our research, as anyone listening can tell. My guess, though, is that it's summer's coming up, which means people.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Like you're gonna watch, I don't know, TV during the week. Everything else comes out on Friday. I love. I've said this before. I love the weekly premise, like the weekly show coming out, because it just builds up that suspense.
I honestly don't mind it. I thought I wouldn't like it, but I honestly don't mind it. But my fiance absolutely won't stand for it. She waits for all of them to come out, and then she goes, "All right, I'll watch it with you."
Nice. Yeah, my wife said the same thing. She's like, "Will you rewatch the other two?" I'm like, "This is the third show that's come out. I'll rewatch them, but I don't know if I'll make it. Like, I'm watching it now. If you want to watch it, she's like, I mean, she has an excuse. She's pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, if that's an excuse, I mean.
All right. Anyways, let's get to the episode. Alan,
which ladies out there? It is an excuse. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
that much
absolutely. No, I'm kidding. Please, my wife does listen. Don't come at me.
Dangerous ground.
I know.
Well, anyways, back to Loki. I don't know. What did you think, Kyle? I liked it personally. I thought it was nice. I thought it was a cool show, interesting premise.
Yeah, it was really fun tone. So I still think WandaVision had the best opener, in my opinion, because it was so out there. You were just like, what the heck's going on? And you don't want to replicate that, right? Like, it'd be hard to. But this story, it takes a minute to figure out what's going on, and that whole intro when he's going through what do you call that building, I guess, that was so fun. It definitely set the tone as like, okay, this is going to be some fun. But on that same note, I think that that initial appeal of Marvel's shows, like when we heard about WandaVision coming out, we were like, yes, Marvel TV shows, finally. I think it's kind of run its course.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think so as well. I think you got a point there. I did find it a bit slow at the beginning, and I think that's fine. For those who don't know, I think it takes place at during Endgame when they do their whole time travel stuff. You see Loki get the what is it called, that square? Tesseract. And he takes it and disappears, and you don't really know what happens to him. So this takes place like right after that.
Okay.
So we're dealing with
which technically, didn't he pick it up after the first Avengers?
He picked it up after Endgame. No, he picked it up after.
No, yeah, it's the first time they caught him after the first Avengers. Yeah, Kyle's right, which is why it's an issue. Yeah, why it's an issue is because they went back in time, and I don't think this is spoiling anything, but they went back in time, and so when he took the Tesseract, that and went off and ran away, he's like, he broke the rules of the time people. And so that's like the whole premise of the show.
Yeah. Let's just leave it there.
That's it. And that's pretty much it. But not it, but there's a ton more. But it's just it's an interesting idea, and it's really out there, which I like. I love when shows are really out there. That's kind of why I liked WandaVision, is because it was very out there. Falcon and Winter Soldier was definitely way more grounded, and this one again is, I would almost argue, more out there in possibility land than even WandaVision. Like WandaVision deals with magic, but now we're dealing with time.
That's the difference, right? Like WandaVision was like paranormal almost, And
Yeah.
this one is that like concepts of time and that those kind of issues that which they kind of messed up with in Endgame, right? So they're really going off that beat, that storyline, and they talk about it a lot. But I think it's dangerous though, right? Like this is where in the comic book series things get muddled, right? And even even in the movie, like Endgame was like, oh, we're doing the time travel thing.
Yeah,
all right.
When you start messing with time, it opens up a whole bag of worms. Like, I mean, because now you're talking about like, oh well, what couldn't I fix? Like at the end of Deadpool 2, like when they fix the little time jumper, and Deadpool can just fix everything now. It's just like, well, now there's no point.
Well, that's the whole premise of this. Is that's what these people are doing? Is they're stopping that? They don't. They stop it.
You're giving away a lot there, bud.
Well, yeah, but sorry, I'm not trying to give away a lot, but yeah.
I kind of knew
this
that
stuff was done in the trailers. Yeah, this was all in the trailers.
I didn't remember that.
A little bit.
I don't remember the trailer at all.
I won't discuss it anymore. But the point is, it's an interesting concept,
right? And it seems to be packed in a self-contained like environment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's
like
And that's definitely what I was thinking when you guys were bringing up was when I've read comics in the past and gone through them, when things get really crazy and they start dealing with lots of crazy stuff, it does get a bit exhausting trying to figure it out, and you kind of start wishing that, all right, well, when is everything going to get back to normal so I can kind of just follow this character through a more normal situation again instead of trying to figure out all this other nonsense. And it hasn't got there yet, but it's at the point where it definitely could. And so we'll see.
That's the dangerous part. I will say this though, Owen Wilson seemed great. Like even though it's just one episode, even though it's just the first, like he was kind of a worry for me. I love him, but it seemed like a weird role. And he so far it's been like perfect. Like he's done excellent. And of course,
100%.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yes.
He did. Oh, he's great.
Yeah, I can't say it. Hiddleston.
Okay. Here's the other thing though, and this is we talked about this with the Justice League movie, and it's no one's fault because, well, of time in real life. But Loki, like Alan said, he jumps through time, or he uses the Tesseract, right, and he jumps into this environment. Yeah. It's been 10 years since that movie came out, almost 10 years.
Yeah,
we're getting, and you can see that Loki is aged. He's aged, and it's like, oh, because they showed flashbacks too, and you're like, that that Tesseract really ages you. But again,
well, I mean, look what it did to Red Skull. I mean, geez.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That he got wrecked.
But no, I see what you're saying, Kyle. I do see what you're saying.
Oh, they need to throw him in here,
right?
We need to figure out, like, because I want to know why he was in.
Yeah,
the end game.
I didn't really understand that either. He said like the stones have a will of their own, but he didn't do anything with the Soul Stone. He touched the Tesseract, like that. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can clear it up.
Yeah,
we'll see. I doubt it will happen, but I would love that.
Maybe Loki just picked him up and dropped him off. Like, here you go.
Get wrecked, Red Skull. Could be.
Anyways, I would say that would be kind of my worry with Loki is time. It's the problem with the Flash show. It's the problem with a lot of the X-Men movies. It's just, once you start dealing with time travel, it gets really muddled. You're right. So it'll be interesting to see.
You watched the Flash show?
I had for a while. And
okay.
No, I've never finished it though.
Yeah, I tried those shows. I couldn't do it.
It's too much for too little. That's always been my problem with them. You got to watch like 20 episodes to get a very small story, but they stretch everything out to make sure they get their 22 episodes a season or whatever.
Yeah, and that's just rough.
Yeah, it starts getting repetitive too. Like certain crimes and stuff. It's like, oh, that's just like the other one. Like,
yeah. I just didn't know you tried it. Well, I am excited for Loki #2. Again, the non-binging thing, because I probably would have watched 4 or 5 episodes if they were available. But
Definitely. Yeah, I can see that.
the weekly thing, it makes it a lot
Mhm.
more fun. And we get to talk about it.
Yeah, agreed.
Anything else you wanted to say about Loki?
No, I think I've said my piece. Unless we're going to go into spoiler territory, and we're not. So yeah,
Nah.
I'm done.
We'll save that for the final episode.
There you go.
I appreciate it.
Well, Tomas, you're not only lacking in watching Loki, but a certain application, or viewing application in particular, you need to get on because what you posted something today, Alan, about something coming out on HBO Max.
Oh,
What
my word. Yeah,
what was
it?
Oh, Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right. Yeah, it's just going
Blue
straight.
Beetle they're going straight to HBO Max because they just decided not to put it in theaters, and no real reason why, it seems like.
When was there a date? I didn't see that.
I don't think there's a date announced yet for when it's coming out. Maybe somewhere else, but at the article I was looking at, it was a short article. I don't think it had a date.
So, like, this is in the future. Like, it's not going to be for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm hoping when the next Batman comes out, HBO will be like, yeah, we'll do a little sale here, and then I'll just jump on it then.
You guys like that home viewing.
Yeah. I also like going to the theater though, because we didn't really get to talk about this a couple weeks back, but I went to go see Godzilla versus King Kong in the theaters, and man, I did miss that. That was nice.
Yeah. Oh, good.
That's
I still
cool,
haven't
yeah.
seen one. Kids.
I haven't gone. Oh yeah, weren't you gonna go see Mortal Kombat? You never. Oh no, you ended up watching it at home, huh?
My buddy never hit me up, and I didn't hear any, like great reviews, so I was like, just watch it at home.
I'm probably gonna go see Black Widow whenever it comes out.
Oh man, yeah, I want to see that too.
So the wife is really excited for that too, because female lead role.
Okay.
Well,
I get it. I get it.
No, she liked the character, and she actually asked, like, "Hey, did Black Widow ever get a movie?" It's like, funny you should say that.
Yeah,
it's coming out. Yeah,
I reserved tickets
to a theater near you.
Yeah. So yeah, well, I'll be seeing that in theater too.
That's cool.
Anyways, the real thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, you talking about Space Jam?
Yeah,
Space Jam.
The greatest
Jam.
The most ambitious crossover of our time.
Yeah.
The NBA and Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah, never before have we seen such a no, we did see one actually before. This is a sequel.
Yeah. Go check out the minicast.
Yes, that's what I was gonna start with, is check out our minicast. Not a lot of people were interested in, I guess. I think it's a fun little one to check out. But we kind of talked about the new one in that a little bit at the end, just to see if we were gonna watch it. And this one is coming straight to HBO Max. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I wasn't at first, but there was a new trailer that came out today, I think. And I watched it before we did the cast, and actually it made it look way more interesting than the last one. And actually the art on the Looney Tunes that they use to make them look, because there's like half of it's like, oh, they're in Looney Tune world, and so they're cartoons, and so is LeBron, and then and then in the latter half they're like in the normal world, and so like all the Looney Tunes are like they're supposed to be like realistic looking, but they're just CG, but they look really good. They look really good, so I'm interested to see how it goes. And also watching it, LeBron looks like he's become a better actor than I've seen him before, so we'll see how well he handles this. But I don't know if you guys saw the new trailer or not, but I thought it was pretty exciting looking.
This is
more than before.
This is one that is good for the straight to the app.
Yeah.
Because I would not see this in theaters. I'm sorry, Looney Tunes. I'm sorry, LeBron.
Yeah.
This is what it's good for.
I think that's why I'm excited about it now, is because it's so easily watchable for me. So I was like excited for it because I'm like, oh, good. This looks mildly interesting, and I don't have to go to the theaters to go see it. So I'll watch it.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it has two of the I am joking when I say the most ambitious crossover, but it does have two of my favorite things ever, NBA and Looney Tunes. So it's a must watch. I just, who knows? Like,
Yeah.
where do we go with the story? That's the first one was, stupid enough that it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they have some more great cameos because it's hard. That's hard to top Bill Murray.
I'm just worried that this one's gonna try and take itself too seriously. Like that's my concern.
Like it. No, it doesn't look like it. I hope not. I don't know. I guess I could be wrong.
By the way, LeBron is out of the playoffs.
Oh wow.
They did not make it.
Oh, I thought they kicked him out for some reason. I was like, what did he do?
No, that was a controversy because of COVID and all that. But the NBA needs money and viewers.
Yeah.
But anyways, they lost, so he's out, and they're done. Which is annoying because I'm a Lakers fan. It's like,
well, maybe that was just all a big scandal by WB to make him, act better. I don't know.
What? They already made the movie.
But they already made the movie.
I think wouldn't it be good for business? Like, that dude I just saw play on TV.
I think they would what? Yeah, exactly.
He's on
That's
a
what I was
movie.
thinking. If they won the playoffs, his name would be even bigger than it is right now. And then they're like, "Oh, go see the movie he's in."
Yeah, stop poking holes in my theories. All right, I'm not as good at these as Alan is. All right,
well, because here's the thing: it's inevitable, right? The comparison, because Jordan came back after retiring and then won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Right. So LeBron, I don't know. You never retired, but out of your
he's dwindling down.
He's also been playing for 18 years in the NBA.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Maybe he needs to retire to take a vacay and then come back.
And what, when he's 40?
I don't know. I'm not a basketball person. Okay.
He's older than we are. And
I figured that.
But that's not normal. Like your body should, my body's breaking down.
Yeah, it's hard to keep your body up at that kind of pace for that long.
Yeah. Anyways,
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Unlike
my life,
unlike Batman would make us believe,
getting better.
Well,
fine wine.
You can be in shape, but then there's basketball shape, right? Where you're jumping up and down 40 minutes a night.
I mean, there's a reason.
Okay,
why...
Batman's on steroids. Let's just get that out there. He has to be.
He's on steroids.
Oh no! I'm just saying, there is no way you could do. I love Batman, but there's no way you could do his job for 30 plus years. You'd be dead.
Yeah, you get 15 max.
Yeah,
or you're on steroids. You gotta be.
I would say you'd be lucky if you got double digits.
Honestly, that's like NFL. The average NFL player is much shorter than you think.
Yeah.
Like the Tom Brady's it was weird. Like he's playing in his 40s. That's not normal at all. It's like under 10, definitely than normal. So yeah, I guess if Batman's doing something similar, getting tackled every night.
Poison gas.
The mental breakdowns. Yeah. Watch Space Jam. Remind me when that comes out. Do you remember?
Let me. No, I don't remember right now. I know it's soon.
This month, right? It's this coming.
Yeah, it's real soon.
Okay, I'm sure it'll let me know.
Looks like it's July 16th, so in 7 days.
A week from
July 16th or June 16th?
July, so not 7 days, a month away.
Yeah,
that's so far.
I thought it was much closer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna lose interest.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll have to circle back in a month. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which is one of my favorites: video games.
Video games.
You talk about this one because I don't know what to say.
Well, you're the Ratchet and Clank expert here.
Don't call me an expert. I'm a fan. I haven't even played the PS4 one yet. So
yeah, I don't know much about this. I kind of threw this on here hoping that somebody else would have interest, but this is, I think the biggest thing about this for me is it's really the first PS5 game that's coming out. It's going to be a mass appeal. We had Dark Souls. I think there's another couple
Demon
little ones.
Souls.
Demon Souls,
Yeah.
whatever. But
It's a
those
big
are
difference.
that's a very niche audience, I think. I know that
Well, and it was
they
a
make money.
remaster.
Well, and it was a remaster too. It
remake,
wasn't even a new
sorry.
or a remake. Yeah,
Well,
it wasn't even a new game. So
well, this is gonna be like, I believe, their first kind of like exclusive, right? Because
yeah, that's what I was getting at. It's the first exclusive.
yeah,
Well, Demon Souls is exclusive.
was it, or didn't it come out on Xbox?
First new
No.
exclusive.
Oh,
Yeah, Demon
okay.
Souls is only PS5. Yeah, well, because Demon Souls, the funny thing about Demon Souls is it was actually had a contract with Sony when it came out. That's why it was only on PS3, and it never went anywhere else. And then they had to create Dark Souls
Right.
because they didn't have the rights for Demon Souls.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and now they've remade Demon Souls on
And
PS5.
it's going to PC as well, but
Yeah,
you know.
I think I heard something about that. I think Demon Souls, the original, may have been on there. I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure that one actually stayed a console exclusive.
It
But
might have been.
anyways, but this is kind of like the newest, biggest game coming out for the PS5. It looks really incredible. I'm still trying to get a PS5, and if I get one, I definitely would look into it. I don't know if I'd actually snag it up right away, but it does look like it could be a lot of fun. I haven't played any of them. I have the remake on the PS4 that they gave out for free a long time ago.
Oh, on
And
Plus.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
keep meaning to go back to it or go play it just because I know it's like a big PlayStation franchise, but I just haven't done that.
First of all, we got to stop saying free when it comes to Plus.
Yeah, I try not to, but yeah, it's technically not free. You have to pay for the service to even
It's like
have it.
It's like saying we're getting Space Jam for free on
Yeah.
HBO, which that's releasing. So, anyways, the Ratchet and Clank game for PS4. I just got it because I didn't snag it on PlayStation Plus. And since you've been talking about the PS5 one, which is called Rift Apart, it does look like we'll actually see what the PS5 can do.
Yeah.
Finally. And of course, I love the Ratchet and Clank series. I haven't finished all of them because there are a lot.
I know.
Like they went crazy on the PS3, and so I haven't finished all of them. But I'm purposely not getting excited because I don't have a PS5, and I don't plan on getting one anytime soon. That being said, it looks fun. I will probably watch someone stream it and figure out the story before I ever get a chance to play it, which is fine. Like there's certain games, it's like whatever.
Yeah,
I don't care. Spoil it.
Well, then another game, since we don't know a lot about that one anyway, let's move on to the next one. We talked about this a little bit last time, and I kind of want to just bring it up again because there was a new trailer, and I've been watching more information about it. The Dark Alliance game, Dungeons and Dragons. I already have it pre-ordered. I'm like ready to go on this game. In fact, that's part of the reason why I'm looking for PS5. Yeah, it's for PS. I have it pre-ordered for PS4, but if you have it for PS4, you automatically get it for
the
PS5.
upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you might have, jumped the gun a little bit and just went.
No. Because I wasn't. Because if I don't get a PS5 before it comes out, I'm still gonna play it on my phone.
Okay,
I'm gonna suck it up. But anyways, there's a new trailer. I would check it out. It looks far more polished than a lot of the stuff they come out with. Every time I keep, seeing new stuff, it's on older builds. You hardly ever get the most current build. But this is a really good trailer and really showcasing the graphics and the combat system, which they really focused on. I learned from it personally, which is why I was even more excited for it. And maybe I just hadn't been paying attention, but every other bit of footage I've watched about this game, the characters always look exactly the same. You have, the main four characters, and so I just assumed that it was going to be, it's like, you just have your character and you get gear, but it doesn't make you look any different. Kind of like Marvel Avengers, that style where you just kind of go with skins. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But after watching this trailer, all the gear makes you look different. So
Oh,
it actually is
That's cool.
customizable in that way. So
yeah.
that right there was actually another selling point for me, because that's something that's I find really good when they do that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So that was really cool. Another big thing that was announced in this trailer was no microtransactions. So
I had
they're
heard
not
about that.
putting, yeah, they're not. That shouldn't be a selling point, but it is. It is. They are talking about DLC, obviously, which is like more content added to it,
Mhm.
and they did release a what are they called, roadmap. I haven't really looked at the roadmap too much because I'm a little worried about spoilers and stuff. But my last big thing is they've been talking about adding more characters as DLC as well, and within from what I keep hearing, one of the first characters they're going to be adding is a mage, because a lot of people are getting angry that there's no mages in the Forge,
Yeah.
and so they're going to be adding a mage. So
Yeah, just like they're
it's
going to add Spider-Man to the Avengers, right?
yeah, yeah. Hey, these guys have not they have not done what Crystal Dynamics has done, and just teasing things for years.
Ugh.
But we'll see. I don't want to jump the gun, because maybe the game will come out and it will be broken. God, I hope not, because it looks amazing.
Yeah, I
And
really hope not too.
from what I've seen, they seem to have so much passion for this game, and I love a project
Well, and
like this.
yeah, and I agree with you, but and I think like why not learn from every mishap that's happened in the past couple years with Avengers,
Yeah,
with Cyberpunk, with whatever,
yeah,
like let's learn, like use other people's mistakes. It sucks, right? But like, oh, okay, what did you guys do wrong? Can you, and just
yeah.
and work those details out.
Mm.
One thing I talked about this on our last full cast was our Indie of the Week, Grounded. I learned that they get tons of player feedback because it's still in the what's it called, beta mode, or even maybe alpha. They're getting close to finishing it, but they literally put up polls. They ask, "Hey, what do you guys want to see?" And one of the polls was like, "We want to see bees in the game. Like, put some killer bees in there." And sure enough, like the next update, there was bees in there, and so
Yeah,
like that kind of stuff, that's a big draw for me, right? Like
I agree. Yeah,
I,
that is one of the things I really wish they would have done with Dark Alliance. Is I think they should have done a beta. They've been doing a lot of the same things, like you said. Like whenever they've done their streams and stuff
yeah.
that I've been attending, they take the feedback from those streams and from anybody who's played it and whatnot, and they actually have been fixing things.
Oh, good.
So they have been kind of doing that, but they haven't really released a beta yet. So you don't have that real hands-on experience from a large amount of people, which
Right.
I think helps the game overall. Like you said with the Grounded, it's also like how Minecraft was basically built from the ground up. I mean, it just player feedback upon player feedback until it's where it's at today. It's top selling game of all time.
Right. Which
So,
which you can do with those games, right? Like you taking a bit of a gamble with Minecraft or Grounded and be like, hey, this is a new kind of idea. With this game though, Dark Alliance, this is not new, right? This
no.
is using the Dungeons and Dragons brand,
Yeah.
and even the Dark Alliance name, which confused us, right, at first. But like this can't fail, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right. The other ones can't, but it's less of a gamble when with the new games. Like, hey, we tried something, didn't really pan out. This one's like you dragged not only the game in through the mud if it fails, but you drag the Dungeons and Dragons name through the mud if it fails too, which is like there's a lot riding on it, a lot more riding on it. So
Yeah.
I get why maybe they're doing it differently, but I like to hear that, like you said, they're getting feedback at least from streams, so that's cool.
Yeah, so they like this. They've fixed some things like that. So I'm just excited for it. But check out the trailer. It's a fun. They have a top-notch narration that's actually very humorous. It was making me laugh as the person was narrating what was happening on screen. It also gives you a little explanation about each character, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
So you can kind of get an idea of what they're going to be playing like. So it's just cool. Check it out.
Is it coming out for Xbox?
Yes, Game Pass.
Oh,
Game Pass, day one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not crossplay though, right?
No, unfortunately, I wish. It's
Well,
not.
sorry guys, I'm not.
Yeah.
You have to play by
I'm
yourself.
already paying for Game Pass.
I know.
I have
I
other
understand.
friends.
No, you don't.
Listen. I'll give you their names,
Their numbers,
yeah,
Their
Social
address.
security numbers.
I have it all because I made them up.
I made them. Well, I mean, the thing I'm thinking is that if you could always play it on Game Pass, and if you really end up loving it, I mean, you could always just grab it for PS4 or whenever.
True, that's a good
if
point.
we're still playing it, if it's still going on, you know what I mean? If you don't have any to really play with, but I'm sure. But I mean, the story is probably not super long, is what I'm imagining. It seems like one of those games like Diablo, where you're really it's more about continuing and getting better gear and going to the harder difficulty than it is about like just going through the story. So if you're just going through the story, you're probably gonna finish it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I know nothing to ground this information. This is just my speculation. So
yeah,
we'll
I think you're on. I think you're pretty close though, because I feel like from what I've seen, that looks the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to our third topic, and it's going to be very brief. This is more of a rant. So this is our tabletop games. There is something new in the HeroClix world, which we love, but we kind of talked this before we recorded. There's another X-Men set, and from what I gather, I'm sold. Right? X-Men. You had me at X-Men, right? you had me at hello. But I didn't get anything from the last X-Men set, and I don't think I got one from the other one, plus every other set in between. I'm very behind on the HeroClix game. I don't know how people are still playing. I'm glad it made it survive through a pandemic, but I'm so far behind. I went to go look at them, and I was just overwhelmed. I was like, I can't. And I know we talked about the Wonder Woman set, and Alan, you got some.
Yeah.
But like, it's so much.
Yeah, this actually makes me excited. I didn't even know about this until you brought it up today. I haven't really had a lot of time to not only play but also look into it again. But you brought it up today that there's a new X-Men set, and that got me excited because I usually only focus on like X-Men pieces, or like
That's
the primary
true.
ones I focus on. So, and one of my biggest issues with this rule change is how it's going to make some old pieces obsolete. In my opinion, they're not really obsolete, but in my opinion, it kind of feels like they're obsolete just because they'll have bits and colors on there that don't mean anything anymore or things like that.
Yes, yes, and some get better though. Some
and some get better. That's a possibility as well. But this kind of is a new set, but also following the new rules. So that actually gets me more excited for that reason.
It'll make more sense. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're excited because to me it was just overwhelming.
Yeah, I gotta look at them more, and it is overwhelming. I didn't buy too many of the Wonder Woman set, but I knew I wouldn't. I bought the ones I have for the unboxing mainly, and also the board game set. Which check out the video on the unboxing if you're curious. But the board game. I got that because I really wanted to use it to get people into HeroClix because it's supposed to be more. It's like HeroClix, but it's a board game.
Right.
So it's a little bit more approachable for people. So I'm hoping I can utilize that at some point.
I always thought that would be a good idea. We even tried it a little bit of making our own of just like an RPG where you level up your character and you get like the stronger version of your character as you defeat like a Dungeons and Dragons board game.
That actually sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah.
It's obviously like it's so much work, right? That it's almost a full-time job just like setting it up. But I think that the board game is a great idea, and obviously, WizKids and NECA are trying to get people into the companies that make HeroClix. They're trying to get newer people into it because it's they got us old folk who've been playing it for 15 years, and we just gripe about everything they do. So it's like fresh blood in here. But how do you feel about it, Tomas?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm not a huge well, I mean, I do have the X-Men team as well, but I mainly focus more on the Avengers. But I was just looking through it. There are some actually really interesting pieces.
You know, Wolverine's got to be in there. He's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have that tag.
Wolverine's definitely in there. They got an Omega Red that has X-Men keyword. So I was like, oh,
finally.
they got Blink. They got a whole bunch. X-23, Magneto, Polaris. It's just it's the whole.
Could you imagine a set without Magneto? They make like an X-Men set.
Never happened. I mean, there's Xavier too, of course, but yeah.
I could live without Xavier. We have plenty of. But Magneto, like, no way. Or Wolverine. They make every set with Wolverine, and if they made an X-Men set without a Wolverine, how crazy! They should just do it. They should just do it. See what happens.
Just go with it.
Like people complain and they say like, well, the other 175 X-Men or Wolverines we made is not enough.
Yeah, I know, right? You have plenty.
Yeah, and and they don't make them too crazy different each time, and they sometimes make them more powerful and stuff. But usually he's pretty much the same type of character, because what else can you do with a Wolverine?
Right.
You use regeneration, powerhouse that sometimes has stealth
and claws. Your blades and claws.
Yeah, you're gonna blades people from stealth. Yeah, every once in a while you get like that crazy regen power that's like, really, I have to kill him 3 times.
Yeah,
really. But yeah, other than that, you're right. It's just the same guy. But the sculpts are very nice.
Yeah,
they're using that same technology
really
as last time, where the CG sculpts are looking much better than they used to.
Yes,
and so I'm digging that.
As they should. That is cool. Let's go on. Let's finish out our episode here. It's going to probably be a little bit shorter of an episode because of the everything, like I mentioned in the beginning of the episode. It's just new stuff. So we're going to keep it a little bit shorter. We plan on doing a couple different things for episode 20. We'll see. No promises. We'll see how it goes. Let us know in the comments if you want to see something.
Yeah, and let us know if we do something stupid too. Tell us how bad we are. Feel free to degrade us.
We'll send those directly to Alan's email.
Yeah, put them in the comments. I mean, yeah, I'll read them to everybody as a motivation when we start.
That's right. Yeah, that really gets us pumped up. All the negative comments.
I think you guys might be doing this alone for a while.
I'm taking a vacay.
I'm done.
But Boss, why don't you start on Alan? Why don't you give us an update for Soapbox?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna do an update. So I've been eyeballing all over the place right now. I'm following a Twitch person. Okay, so I'm a little bit back here. I'm jumping ahead. Last week, if you missed it, I have decided I'm going to find a PS5. I gotta get one. So I've been on the hunt trying to find one, and almost I think it was the day after I said that when we recorded the podcast. There was a dump on Best Buy.
Yeah.
And so I saw it, and I went in my setup, my computer, and I was like trying my butt off. It was wave after wave. Like they kept, there's another wave, there's another wave, there's another wave. And I was like, oh crap. And I kept trying to get one, and I could never get one. I don't know I don't know if I was doing something wrong. I was also like, I didn't really make any plans yet to like really try, but it really dove me into the whole process of trying to figure this out. So I didn't get it, unfortunately. A whole week went by without any drops. Like, I'm talking a whole week. Like they had no drops. There was nothing. Apparently, from what I've been understanding by the community, there hasn't been it's been trickling. There's been nothing coming out recently.
I follow it too, not because I'm trying to get them, but they just pop up in my feed, and it's like it's been dry.
Yeah, so it's been very dry, and you're lucky to find one without like a bundle attached to it.
That makes me mad. I don't like, even the retailers are doing that now, and it's like, really, you're gonna force people to buy? Like, it's such a scam. Like, you're gonna force people to buy the extra stuff.
Yeah, it does feel that way. I've gotten past it, and I'm willing to grab one now if I can get one. As long as the retail value is accurate, As long as they're not adding more onto it. As long as it's
Right.
like you're buying all
Well-
the pieces, but you're getting them for market value, so I can at least resell them and try to make my money back.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
that's what
Because
I'm
then
planning on.
it's a legit scam if they're just tacking on
Yeah, if they're just
extra
charging
dollars.
more, which is what we don't want to deal with. But anyways, so I've also been on Newegg. They do this. What is it called? It's like this bundle deals. Here we go. It's right here. It's called the Shuffle, the Newegg Shuffle. So the Newegg Shuffle is because this is not just PS5s. This is also graphics cards. It's
Yeah.
also computer parts. This is everything right now.
Yeah.
And it's partially due with the cobalt shortage. It's an artificial shortage, and I'm not going to get into that right now. You can look it up if you want to. But there's basically there's scarcity on the material for other reasons besides the material not being available. It's available. It's just the scarcity on it. Look it up. Point is, they're hard to find. So the Newegg Shuffle is they throw all this stuff on there, and you can pick what you want to buy, and then confirm, and they will email you if you get the raffle to buy it.
Right.
And so you go to the website and then purchase it if you can. I signed up for one today. I did not get it. There was another one I signed up for that I also didn't get. So I've been just watching that as well. Yeah, and there's like a Twitch. There's also a Twitch streamer that I've been watching. Let me see if I can find the name of it real quick. But there's a Twitch streamer I've been watching that has been. It's Killer Cam. Killer Cam 1020. So I've been watching him. He has a stream where he basically has a bot system that checks all these websites, all these carriers, and will update if any of them have stock. So I've been watching that as well.
People are legit making money on just updating other people.
Oh,
I mean, that's what the news is, right? But this is like so finitely specific that it's like, what have we become?
Yeah.
What are we doing? But I get
insane.
it because I mean, I get it. I totally love it. I'm not like putting anyone down. I'm just saying this is where we're at.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I mean, I'm playing the game, but I'm not enjoying the rules. So
yeah,
like Mario Party.
Yeah, exactly like Mario Party. So I've been watching that as well consistently. And they have basically, if I put the stream on my house, and I got to go out and work and stuff, but I'll have it on my house, and I have it on like a low resolution. But if anything drops, it does like this huge nuclear explosion, like alarm that something dropped. So I know to run to my computer, start looking. It's nuts. But there hasn't been many drops because, like I just said, there really hasn't been that many drops. I think that Best Buy drop was the only drop I've seen so far. That's it.
Yeah.
Besides, there was a digital drop on Walmart, but I don't want digital. I want the physical one. So I've been looking at the digital ones. Lots of Xbox drops.
Yeah, Xbox.
Lots of Xbox drops. Xbox drops.
They've been, Xbox has been coming out. I don't know what happened with Sony. They got backed up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
The PlayStation stuff, they were doing their videos just ended. They announced Ratchet and Clank and a Ratchet and Clank PS5 bundle. So I'm curious what that means. People are speculating that we may get a big influx on Friday because I think that's when the new game comes out.
The weather, dude.
This is crazy. I woke up this morning. I had to do a little bit of work this morning, so I did that real quick. But there was a huge rumors today that GameStop had an influx. GameStop even on their website, on their Twitter, were like egging people on about this. About that there's a possible drop for tomorrow. So like there was like research done, like the last drop was at 11 o'clock. So this is when the drop's probably going to be. So make sure you're available at this time. like Twitter's bumping, like people are like, don't forget to go to have all your tabs open with all the different stores and make sure they have your credit card on file right away so you can check out faster and things like that. Because if you don't have your information in there, you will not get it. Like you will not get it.
Right.
If you have to sign in, you will not get it. You need to be like ready.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know how I got the digital Xbox. I mean, maybe because it was the digital one, but even those are still selling out. Like
Yeah.
I just slipped, dude. So what it was, I think I got it through Walmart, and I already have everything logged in through Walmart because I wasn't trying like you're trying. I went to go test the waters and it worked, and I went, well, I don't want the digital. So,
I think it's worse now than it was then
yeah,
because
that's
of
what
the scarcity.
it sounds like it is.
Because at least at that point there was like a lot of influx, but right now it seems like there's not a lot of influx, and I don't know if it has to do with the cobalt shortage, but that's what I'm assuming, and that's what I've been hearing. It may have something to do with it.
I think we're telling ourselves that so that we don't.
So we can calm ourselves down. I'm actually starting to think because a lot of people like the whole theory thing, because there's that bundle coming out, and so I think people are trying. They're trying to like. But I don't understand because even if they are, besides maybe saving them for the bundle, but I don't understand because what are they? What hype are they building? It's already there. Like, what?
You don't need
building this hype.
You just put it up for sale. Please stop this.
Yeah. There's no. You're at the peak of hype right now. Like, there's no way. Yeah.
I don't know. It's giving me the Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Kind of vibes where they're like trying to remember that scene where they try to give out the balls at the mall.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you doing this? Just give it to someone and take the money. Like, we don't need to do all this kind of deal.
Yeah, what I think what motivated me too is that somebody in my raid team, they got the New Egg Shuffle from the last one. So like, so it was like a dream. Like you saw somebody get it, so like, oh, so that means it's possible.
Well, you and I were texting about it. Like I was asking you, and I went to look because I do a lot of I sell and buy a lot on Mercari, the app, and there's hundreds of them for sale. So it's like, what's even more annoying is that there's a shortage of new ones, yes, but then there's this huge stock there's literally hundreds of them for sale they're like 800 plus, like minimum $800 that are just sitting at people's houses right now. And it's like, you could probably sell it for 600. You can still make a little cheddar, but you're not screwing someone over. Like,
they are selling, for the 800. Like, I think because I totally can see it because I wasn't willing to do one of the shuffles, like I said earlier. Like, I didn't think I would want to do that, but after doing this for a while, I was like, you know what? I don't think I mind. I think I will do that and just sell the extra stuff.
Yeah,
because at least I'll be done with whatever this is.
Yeah. Well, no, what I'm saying is like, if you bought it for 800, I guess you're trying to get your money back. But I don't like the idea of just hundreds of them sitting. You have one sitting in your house.
Yeah, I know.
Someone else wants them. You could upcharge it a little bit, but not $300, $400.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Anyway, that's my rant on it.
It's a disgusting practice. Yeah, I don't like it either. But I mean, this is the world we live in, I guess. We'll see if I grab one. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm just trying, and so we'll see. But I mean,
what we need to like have predictions. Like the betting pools. Like, okay, here's the date, and then that way we'll all be into it with you. Just like I don't think you'll get one until next month. I hope you get one earlier.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're probably right. Yeah.
But I think you'll get one next month for sure. But I hope you get one earlier. That's my hope.
Yeah, well, hopefully tomorrow there's supposed to be a drop. They keep calling that. I guess Target usually drops on Thursdays, and the GameStop drop didn't come today, so people are expecting that the drop may come tomorrow. And then apparently there's been some speculation on both Best Buy and Walmart. So we'll see. Cross your fingers.
Good luck, my friend.
Mine is pretty quick. I was just talking with a friend yesterday, I believe. And he was talking to me about Ratchet and Clank, and he was saying that he was going to get it. And I had commented to him, I said, well, I didn't know you even liked that series. And he was like, yeah, I don't really, but I'm going to get it because it's the first really PS5 exclusive. And I was telling him, I was like, if I were you, I'd just save my money and wait for a game that I wanted. but he was just saying, well, it was frustrating to him because he was one of the few that got him when they first came out. And he was saying it was frustrating to him because he felt like, they were PS5 games were coming out really slow. Like there wasn't and I told him, I said, well, yeah, it's because there's this backup. There's no reason for them to make a PS5 game when the majority of their sales are PS4s. Like it's not.
Yeah, they're not catering to the minority.
Yeah,
they cater to the majority, which is why I know we talked about a little bit like the God of War game, and there's another one that I think you said, Kyle, in the Discord, that you thought it was stupid that they're releasing them because they're like the next Sony games, but they're also coming out PS5. So what's the point of having a PS5?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I know exactly what you mean, dude, because he pointed that out to me about God of War. He was like, I'm not even excited for God of War because it's coming out on the PS4 too. And I was like,
is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the next God of War Ragnarok is coming on the PS4. They announced it. Same with the next Gran Turismo is also coming out for PS4.
It is weird, and it was in the middle of a pandemic, so you got to take that into account. But it is weird that they released it at all. They're not making money off these things.
Well, my point to him was that until they have more PS5 consoles out and about, they're going to focus more on the PS4 sales because that's where they're getting the majority of their money.
Yeah.
And
those are selling out too still.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, but it's kind of frustrating and stuff. And I just to make a long story short, my point to him was that we're kind of doing it to ourselves though. We're creating this demand, and it was like you said back in the day, Kyle, we've created this hype, we've created this thing that we need to get this. And like you were saying, Alan, well, obviously he's selling them for 800 because they're selling for 800. It's just ridiculous to me. I kind of, at first, Kyle, I was kind of thinking you just get an old man, but now I see what you're saying. It's getting kind of stupid.
Yeah, I'd never seen it this crazy. Most of the time, you're right. I am an old man when it comes to new console releases. I waited years to get a PS4, and then I sold it, and then I waited another several years and got another one for dirt cheap too. I will refuse to pay full price. So that's the old man in me. But watching this happen, you're right. It's different, and it's if we all just took a step back, we could it could even out a little bit. But I think we're just all a little bit on edge. Yeah. We think this is going to cure us.
Yeah, but that's my thing. So
I thought you were going to go into conspiracy a little bit, where they didn't think Ratchet and Clank would sell, so they're not making any other games, so that everyone who's desperate, like you said, your buddy was like, I don't even like this series, but I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. And now they're going to, and it's going to be a good game because they're good games.
But it looks like it's going to be a great game.
But someone that normally wouldn't get it is now getting it. So
he's not getting it because they just want to see the graphics.
It's I'm putting my tinfoil hat on. It's all a big conspiracy. It's controlled by the elite.
I mean, it could be, man.
And I'll stop there because this is about nerd stuff, not real things.
Real things.
Were you done, Tomas?
Yeah, I was good.
Okay. My soapbox is I am happy to announce that my PlayStation 2 collection is now officially all complete in box, meaning all my PS2 games have their manuals.
Nice.
And so it took a bit of actually buying just the manual on eBay, which I don't know if you guys have ever done, but it feels weird and it's not as exciting when you get it in the mail. And I even joke with my wife, sometimes it's the case and the manual too, because I just have a loose disc.
Yeah,
and those are really great because I open it and go, oh, there's no game in here. And she's like, at this point, she's like, shut up. I know you did it on purpose. So,
yeah, but the first couple times, right? What? They cheated you.
How are you gonna get your money back? Yeah. It's like, I bought it that way. But it does. It's a fun little collector's moment to be like, all the games that I want, and there's still a few more I'm looking for, but they're kind of on the pricey end for PS2. They're complete, and
Nice.
yeah, I go on my little app and I look at it, and it all says CIB. But also I have been game hunting a lot in the past couple of weeks, and I just wanted to share some of the pickups I got. So I'm just breeze through it. If there's a game that sparks your interest, just say something.
All right.
We'll talk about it. So the first one is for Nintendo Switch, and I got Shantae, the Half Genie Hero, the Ultimate Edition, for a really good price at GameStop.
Okay,
I think.
I have to ask you what even that is, because this just sounds.
Okay.
You're a half genie.
Yeah. So Shantae is this series that started on like Game Boy Color.
Yeah,
I think
it did. It's on Game Boy Color. Yeah, it's a Metroidvania. It actually is a very impressive for Game Boy Color too. If you ever look
yes,
at it was like the last game that released for Game Boy Color, and they really took advantage of that system.
Yeah, they maxed it out, and limited run, the company re-released that game on Game Boy Color, so you could buy like a reprinted copy and play it on your old Game Boy Color now, but it's like hundreds of dollars that version.
Oh wow!
And most of the Shantae games have skyrocketed in price because
the popular has been going nuts. But I keep thinking about trying it though. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, to me that's a good like download one. I know I complain about the download ones, but I found a physical one. This one's normally pretty cheap, but I got it even cheaper than normal. And it actually has a manual, believe it or not, in the Nintendo Switch game, like in a legit manual, which is
really
just
cool.
It is cool, but it's also confusing because most of them don't have it.
Yeah,
so it's a thing. I like it. All right, next game is Jade Empire for the original Xbox.
Ooh,
oh, God,
yeah,
that's such a good game.
They need to remake this one, or
Yes.
Not KOTOR, but it was all right.
Yeah, just remaster it. Well, they're remastering KOTOR.
Excited for that.
That one I'm really looking forward to. But
Jade Empire would be easier too because they have there's no licensing rights for it. It's just like all Bioware.
Well, yeah, it's just Bioware, right? They own it, right?
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't.
Yeah.
But I actually will probably pop this one
EA
in.
EA wasn't really known for re-releasing it. This is like the first time they've done it with the Mass Effect games.
Yeah. Well, Mass Effect was wildly popular.
Yeah.
Are you getting those, by the way, Alan?
I want to get them, but I'm wondering if there's like a PS5 version. So maybe I'd do that instead. I don't know.
There probably will be.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is for the Nintendo Wii, and it's called The Core Gang with a K. I have no idea what it's about. It looks like Psychonauts. That's probably why I said it earlier in the intro. Super cheap. Got it on eBay, I think, for like $5. And yeah, of course, it has the manual. We'll see. Atari made it. Could be crap. The next one is Xbox One, and it's called Surviving Mars. I got this. You know this one?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I bought this one for my brother, a friend of mine.
I know nothing about it.
It was at Five. It was at Five and Below the store.
Yeah.
Like they just had a whole bunch of them there for some reason. I was like, hey, it's a brand new game. I'll buy this for him because I had I forget what it was. It was some reason I was getting a cheap game. I think I bought him something else, but I was like, it wasn't like enough. It was like right on the edge where I should get something else.
Dude.
And he said it was actually pretty fun. So
yeah,
I mean,
it looks fun. Like I said, I found it. I was like, I've never seen this before. I got it in a deal, I think at GameStop, where you buy 3 and you get a discount.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was like, well, I need a third one, and this one popped up. I think this one might go up in price one day. So
really?
Because they sometimes those bargain bin games just end up going in the trash. So there's they just stop existing.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
That's a valid point. Yeah,
because I've never seen that one out in the wild. But
yeah.
Anyways, another one for PlayStation 2 now is the Red Star. This is an interesting one. I have played this one, but I had to buy the whole game because you can't just buy the manual. No one was selling the manual. So I sold my old copy and just bought a whole nother copy. I know it sounds crazy, but I think I only lost $10 in the trade-off.
Yeah, so you basically pay $10 for the
with the whole process of doop-de-doo. But it's a fun little like side-scrolling runner shooter thing, co-op thing. It's fun. All right, and I have 5 more. All right, next one is Twisted Metal, the limited edition
man,
on PS3.
I remember that.
Okay.
I've never played the PS3 one.
Actually,
But
I haven't ever played the PS3 one. I remember
Yeah,
the
right.
PS1 and PS2 ones though.
yeah, we'll see.
Was that the one though? They it was like only online multiplayer, and so like people were pissed off about it.
It could be.
Yeah, I think
Probably
we're
why it
hearing
was
about
cheap.
that. Yeah,
Probably why it's cheap. But it's limited edition, and I'm a sucker for that crap. The next game is called Enslaved on PS3, which is a fantastic game. Also on Xbox 360. If you guys haven't played this one's super cheap. Download it. I highly recommend it. Voiced by Bender. I forget.
Oh, okay.
I forget his name.
yeah.
But really, just old school. What's the term where you follow the story. It's not open world, but it's fun little game, quick little platforming kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then DiMaggio, right? That's the guy's name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I remember his first name though.
He's fantastic. Yeah. Okay, PS3 game. Next one is Bleach, the anime Soul, and this is funny. It's Resurrection, not Resurrection. Resurrection.
Yeah, I actually I've seen quite a bit of the Bleaches on TV. On Hulu.
Yeah,
and
I've been watching it.
Yeah, apparently the writer who made it, right? He did something, and I think it's kind of interesting. What he ended up doing was he based the Quincy group off of German words. So all their words are supposedly German.
Oh.
And he based the Hollows off of Spanish. So like all the Hollow stuff is Spanish words.
That makes sense.
And all of the Soul Reaper stuff is Japanese.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. You could see that the influence just in the artwork too.
Yeah, so I was noticing that as I was watching it, and that's why I ended up reading that, was because I kept hearing words like Waco Mundo and stuff like that, and I was like, I know these words.
That's interesting. I'll have to pay more attention because I've been going through that show like crazy, and so that's why I picked up this game.
Yeah, anytime that it's like a Hollow doing something, listen to what they say, like the name of their attack or where they're from, or even their names. Some of their names are very Spanish.
Cool. I'll have to, yeah, that's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. All right, 2 more games. This next one I got on GameStop.com, and it's a bit of a story. So it's Gravity Rush remastered for PS4. And
okay.
Yeah, so I was following Wario64, as I do. I check him daily. He posted a link that GameStop was selling a used copy for $60, which this game goes for 140 and upwards sometimes.
Wow.
A bunch of people bought it because apparently they found a case or a reprint. Who knows? There's a whole bunch of rumors about it.
Mm-hmm.
I took a gamble because when you buy on GameStop online, sometimes they just send you a disc, which if you've been paying attention, I hate.
Yeah.
I got the case and the disc. And so I
nice.
I even got a discount on it because I used one of their deals. But, I told my wife, and she's like, are you going to sell that, right? I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like just having this rare game that no one's really ever heard of sitting in my collection. Like, have you ever heard of this game? No.
Yeah.
Well, it's $140, so I got it for cheap.
As you spin your wine.
My Mountain Dew.
As he aerates his Mountain Dew Code Red.
Love Code Red. All right. I did play a little bit of Gravity Rush too because I have it on Vita, so it's pretty fun. It's a trip.
Yeah, it's on sale on PS4 quite a bit, but not the I don't know about the physical one, so I think that's probably the issue. The physical one's probably hard to find.
It was a low print
right now.
But now I looked to like see if other people are selling it, and sure enough, like 20 popped up on eBay. Like, oh, you also got the deal. So we'll see. My last game, I say on purpose because you guys will appreciate it, is Final Fantasy 15, the deluxe steelbook edition.
Hey, there you go.
With the DVD and all the bonus
All
content.
right.
I'm really excited to try this game out because it comes with a movie.
Yeah.
Full
The
length
movie's
movie.
a prequel too, so you can like watch it and then go play the game.
So yeah, okay. Well, there you go. That's what I'm going to
Pretty
do. It even has a rating I'm looking at right now, PG-13.
Yeah.
So I am a sucker for steelbooks right now. This game is cheap, even the deluxe version right now.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe because they made it printed a lot, but
I think they printed a lot. Yeah, it's a good game too. So like they kept updating it and fixing things, and they also had like a ton of more content too.
Yeah, I saw there's like an Assassin's Creed costume pack you could get, which is so random, but
Yeah.
I love it. So those are just some of the pickups that I did, and I actually got to share them with somebody besides my wife, who she appreciates it, but she has no idea what it means. That's it for me. You guys,
all right.
You guys gonna watch E3? Isn't that coming up?
I will probably. Yeah, it is coming up because another one of those drops they were talking about is some drops on E3, because they need more hype. For these consoles. But anyways,
you'll be looking for PS5s during. I gotcha.
Yeah, but I'll probably look into this stuff. Most of the companies that I care about aren't even going, so I haven't really. Like I know Nintendo's not going, Sony's not going.
Sony's doing something though. They're doing their own.
They're doing something on their own. Yeah, they just did it. I think it just ended.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we're really up to date. We got this.
We try. But yeah, so I probably won't be watching E3, but I mean, I'll definitely see the news. I'm sure it pops up on Twitter real quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to check out kind of what the highlights is. I can't do the get popcorn and sit down and watch it.
Yeah, not I can't either. I'm not a huge like I even tried with the fan fest for Final Fantasy, and I did good for like the keynote, and after that I was like, all right, I'll play the game when it comes out.
Give me the 10-minute recap video.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, gentlemen.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Well, why don't you let us know how you like the first episode of Loki? Are you gonna go see Space? Do you want to see Space Jam? And any cool games for PS5? Are you gonna get a PS5? Who knows? Let us know what you want to do. Let us know in the comments.
Yep. Bye.
Later.
Bye, guys.